My name is S. Rob, and I'm going to talk about the 7 African powers system of magic. This is a system of magic with 7 orishas, 7 entities, but none of these entities are gods or goddesses. None of these are deities of any sort whatsoever. And what may surprise you, there's actually another entity called Olofi. It was a one overall powerful god. I know you're now thinking, why is it called the 7 African powers? The reason is we can't actually communicate with Olofi directly. Okay, so Olofi's almost like a force. He's so high up we can't communicate with him. Although Obatala, one of the African powers, is actually a messenger to god Olofi, yeah. But we'll never guarantee that Olofi will do something. It doesn't really seem to work like that. So we work magic with these 7 African powers, these 7 entities, and they all represent sort of different areas, okay? The most important is ELEGUA, and I say this because you'll use them all the time. ELEGUA is an entity which has power over gateways, and that means gateways to other worlds. As in, he opens the gates up and he closes them again. This means that you use ELEGUA a lot because you will use him to open a gateway to another realm. You will then summon the African power or powers that you wish to communicate with through. You will then tell them what you want them to do and send them back again. You will then get ELEGUA to shut the gates. And that's an important part. We shut the gates again. We open them, we summon the entities, we send them back, and we shut the gates. ELEGUA is also linked with the colours red and black, which means if you see him, you'll see him as a red and black person, basically humanoid form. Although most of the time you won't see him, what you'll simply get is a change in temperature, which is how you'll sense most of these entities around you, yeah, because we are summoning them. We're doing magic by commanding them, actually. So, although these entities are powerful, we're using our human power to get them to do what we want them to do, yeah. Another entity which is important is called Obatala, sometimes called Obatala of the White Cloth. And Obatala was linked to peace and purity. I've already mentioned that Obatala is a messenger to Olofi. He's also thought to be the father of all mankind, at least within this system, okay? And that means you don't actually have to believe it, but you have to remember that Obatala believes it. And Obatala is linked to the colour white, and that means quite simply that he's the only African power that is only linked to one colour. So while ELEGUA is linked to red and black, Obatala is only linked to white. And this means that if you were to see Obatala, he would look like a large white humanoid, which means he'd look quite a lot like me, actually. Okay. Orunla is also one of the African powers, and is linked to divination, okay? And that means that affects how Orunla sees the world. When something good happens, he thinks it happens because you had some idea what was going to happen, what was around you. And when something bad happens to you, he thinks it's because you didn't really have enough knowledge. This is a very harsh way of seeing the world, but it's the way that Orunla sees it, okay? And he's also linked with the colours green and yellow, the number 16, okay? I'll now move on to Ymir. Ymir is the divine mother of all, that's how she thinks of herself. And she is linked with the water, oceans, and sustenance in all forms. It means that she sustains us mentally, physically, and spiritually. Okay, so she can do all these things for you. Anything that you can phrase in terms of sustenance, she can do for you, yeah? And she is linked with the colours crystal and blue. Okay, so if you see her, she actually does look like a female nude entity, but with crystal and blue, like made of sort of glass, but also with blue parts as well, yeah. But like I said, most of the time you'll just sense these entities and feel them as temperature changes and things like that. There's also Chango. He's linked to fire, lightning, thunder, power in all forms, male virility even. He can help you get victory, overcome enemies, rivals, and all difficulties. So he sees the world in terms of success and victory. That's basically how he sees it. But he can help you. And because of that, anything you can put as being about success or overcoming something, he can help you with, which is a lot of things. And he's linked with the colours red and white, and the numbers 4 and 6. But that means if you see him, he'll look red and white, okay? But if you do see these entities when you work this magic, if you work in magic with the 7 African powers, the most important thing is, to keep calm and to carry on with the ritual that you're doing. Do not stop. You are in control, okay? But you have to keep going with whatever ritual you are doing. I will now talk about Ogun. Ogun's linked traditionally to metal working, also work careers. That means anything to do with metal working or stuff like this, or getting well-paying work, career success, which is important to a lot of people, but also technology. And that's because metal was really one of the earliest forms of technology, okay? If we exclude flint and stuff like that, and things to do with stone, then it's the earliest form of technology was really metal. It'd be proper technology. And so he does have some control over that. But that doesn't mean that you don't need antivirus software or stuff like this. It just means it can give you a little bit of help there, okay? And he's linked with the colours green and black. And, that's Ogun. Oshun is very interesting. And this is an African power that is linked with money, wealth, love, marriage, sex, even happiness. All things which make your life worthwhile. I'll say that again. All things which make your life worthwhile, worth living. The good life. Oshun equals the good life. That's what Oshun equals. So all of those things you really want, that good life, that's the things that Oshun has power over. And she's also linked with the colours yellow and amber. So that's basically all of your 7 African powers. And what you basically do with them is you would start off with ELEGUA. So you open the gate with ELEGUA. Okay, the gateway is open. Right, we've done that. We then summon the entity or entities through. We then command it to do what we want, and we send it back and then shut the gates. Now, I know that sometimes confuses people, that we send them back. And the reason is they do the magic they do from their realm, okay? That means you send them back where they came from, even if you want them in your life. You don't leave them here, you send them backwards. Send them back where they came. Yeah? That isn't to mean they can't come out of another gateway somewhere if they had to do that to make it happen. Yeah? So if you wanted them to curse somebody and you use Chango, Chango may well come out and curse somebody, but he'd go back to his own realm again. Okay? Another thing is you can use multiple entities. You can use ELEGUA and summon more than one through. The thing is, if you do this, there's different ways of doing it. You can open a gateway and then we'll summon the one through, toddles through, and then do it and command them and send them back, and just keep commanding them different entities and sending them back, which is the easiest way. Or you can summon them all through, then command them in turn, and then send them back collectively. Okay. But at the end we would shut the doorway again, shut the gates. And that's how we would do that. But when you use them together, you remember that you want to play to their individual strengths, but work together as a team. So they're all working for what you want to happen. They're working for your goals. Okay? And that's the important point, that, they're there to fulfill your goals. I'll give you an idea how you do it if you're doing a prayer. And, the line with this magic between a prayer, a spell, a ritual is a small one. Because basically it blurs a little bit, because we are doing more advanced magic. By that I mean we're opening gateways and closing them and summoning things. Okay, we're not just doing a magical poem, we're doing more than that. So what we would do, I'll show you how to start off. We could say, ELEGUA, you with the power over the gateway. ELEGUA, open the gateway to the other realm, open the gateway here and now. ELEGUA, open the gates. Open the gateway. ELEGUA opens the gates. Right, we've done that. Then you'd summon whichever one you want through. You'd say, step through the gates. Step through the gates, Oshun. Step through the gateway here and now to be with me. Oshun, step through the gates. Oshun steps through the gates. See, we've said that she'll step through. And now we may say we want wealth. Oshun, you with power over money, wealth, love, sex, marriage, even happiness, and all which makes our life worthwhile. I ask that you give to me wealth, great wealth in all its forms. And then we send her back and we'd say, Oshun agrees and departs through the gate. See, we've said that she's agreed, and we've sent that back through. And then we would close the gateway again. Important. We always close. So we go ELEGUA, shut the gateway from the other round. ELEGUA, shut the gateway here and now. ELEGUA shuts the gateway. See, we've shut it. And then we say, so it is and will be. Notice we are not saying, so may it be, or so mote it be, as in, please may it be. We are saying, so it is. It is a command, and will be, meaning it is now, the magic has started to work, and it will continue to work. So it is and will be. But there's other ways you can use this magic as well. You can command them, put them into like bottles or containers. You can write spells out, okay, and use them as talismans. You can do it like that also. But that's basically how this magic works, okay. And it is quite a good self-contained system. That doesn't mean you can't use it with anything else. You know, you can mix and match it to a degree, about 20 degree really. It's compatible with everything. But the thing is, you don't have to believe in anything. And that is because we're using intent and will. And that's what we use, is intent to make the magic work. It works because we intend it to work. And it is as simple as that. We simply intend magic to work. I know people get surprised when they think about intent. They worry about, you know, what is intent, how much is intent is necessary. But all you need to do is to really want this magic to work.